Hello, everyone. It's me, Brady Mertens, and I am tired today. Sorry I'm running late. We're going to do an abridged version of this week's episode of UnDisturbed, a reading of Stoic works. Before I go ahead and get started, go ahead and get all your stuff set up, whether you want to subscribe or go watch on YouTube or do all your fun alerts. My brain is scrambled eggs right now, so you know what to do. Today we are finishing up the reading of the manual by Epictetus, also edited by Sam Terode. I only have about 10 entries left, so I'll go ahead and get reading. I probably won't do a questions and answers thing this time, just due to the sake of time. I have 19 minutes until my 1 o'clock clocks in. And yeah, so here we go. Here are some examples of illogical conclusions. I am richer than you, therefore I am more valuable than you. I am more eloquent you. I am more eloquent than you, therefore I am more superior. The logical conclusion would be, I am richer than you, therefore I can buy more things than you. I am more eloquent than you, therefore my speech is more polished than yours. A person's worth, after all, is not found in possessions or styles. 45. Does a person bathe quickly? Do not say that they bathe poorly, but only quickly. Does a person drink a lot of wine? Do not say that they drink badly, only in abundance. Unless you perfectly understand another's motives, how can you judge them? Do not mistake your impressions for the whole truth. Do not proclaim... Oh my God, I promise I'm not stroking out, guys. Do not proclaim yourself a philosopher, or go around preaching your principles. Show them by example. At a feast, do not give a speech about how everyone should eat, only eat as you should. Socrates never made a spectacle of himself or put on an air of authority. In philosophical conversations, follow his example. Stay mostly silent, ask questions, and listen intently. If anyone calls you ignorant and says you know nothing, be sure that you are now a true student of philosophy. Sheep do not spit out grass to show the farmer how much they've eaten. They ruminate on it, digest it, then display the results in wool and milk. In the same way, do not spew your undigested thoughts. Show their results in action. 47. Once you have reined in your bodily appetites, do not brag about it. Ask for water, but do not announce at the table, I only drink water. Consider how much more austere are the poor than you, and how much greater the hardships they endure. Do not make a spectacle of self-deprivation. When you fast, tell no one. An ignorant person is one who is tossed about between elation and despair by external forces and events. A philosopher is one whose thoughts and emotions are internally anchored. She criticizes no one, praises no one, blames no one. She considers herself a student, not an expert. When she fails, she takes responsibility. When she succeeds, she smiles to herself. She controls her desires. She hates only those things which hinder her free use of her will. She acts with calm deliberation. If she comes across as knowing nothing in the eyes of others, she does not care. 49. If you hear a teacher boast of being able to understand and interpret the writings of Chrysippus, remember if Chrysippus had written clearly and simply, there would be nothing to brag about. What do I desire? To know the laws of nature and to follow them? Who knows the laws of nature? I hear that Chrysippus does, so I will read his works. But I cannot understand them, so I need someone to interpret them. When an interpreter reveals the meaning, my response should be to follow Chrysippus's teachings, not admire the interpretation. The whole point of learning is to live out the teachings. Those who focus on interpretations are grammarians, not philosophers. Whenever a student asks me to interpret Chrysippus, I blush as at the parts where my life doesn't live up to his teaching. 50. Follow your principles as though they were laws. Do not worry if others criticize or laugh at you, for their opinions are not your concern. Turn the page. Number 51. How long will you make excuses for your lapses? How long will you wait before following your reason without exception? You know all the necessary principles of philosophy. Are you waiting for some guru to order you around? You are no longer a child, but a mature adult. It's time to act like one. If you are lazy and careless, piling procrastination on top of procrastination, you will continue to be tossed around and tormented by external forces until your death. From this instant, then, choose to act like the worthy and capable person you are. Follow unwaveringly what reason tells you is the best course. Face every situation, promising pain or pleasure, glory or disgrace, with the courage of a soldier in battle. Approach your life as your own Olympic Games. Each action is important. One movement can determine victory or defeat. Look to Socrates. He continually improved himself in every way with reason as his guide. Of course, you and I are not Socrates, but we can live as individuals striving to become like Socrates. 52. The first topic of philosophy is the practical application of principles. For instance, learning and living the principle. Do not lie. The second topic is understanding the reasons behind the principle. For instance, reasons why we should not lie. The third topic is verifying the principles through logic. What are the consequences of lying? Do these consequences confirm our reasons or not for not lying? Or are our reasons contradictory? Each topic follows from the one before it, with the first practical application of principles being the essential foundation. In most schools of philosophy, however, they spend all their time on the second and third subjects, arguments and proofs. They neglect entirely the first. They can explain in academic and scholarly terms why lying is wrong, yet they routinely lie. Philosophy is for living, not just learning. Lastly, 53. Don't. Keep these maxims close at hand. Lead me, fate, wherever you will, and I will cheerfully follow. For even if I kick and wail, all the same I must follow. A quote from Cleanthes. Whoever yields to fate becomes wise by learning the laws of heaven. A quote from Euripides. If it pleases the gods, let it be. A quote from Socrates. They may kill me, but they cannot hurt me. A quote from Socrates. So, episode 4 brings us to the close of our reading of the manual. For those of you who are tuning in on YouTube, I apologize about episode 2. That one got kind of clunky. It didn't record all of it. The next episode was going to be over the Enchiridion, but after research I found out it is literally just the old school version of this. So I'm going to be looking at either the Philosophy of Epictetus, which better not be a second version of that. I'll be kind of mad. And then after that, I'm going to look at the Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. If you want me to add any specific Stoic works to my readings, go and leave a comment on my YouTube or go ahead and send me a message. I think you can message through Twitch. I haven't used it yet, so we'll find out. Or tune in and drop a line on my next one. It should be Thursday, 12:15, 12:30, depending on how busy the day gets. And then, like I said, bring a friend. Feel free to drop in on the longer ones. So that way we can have a chat at the end about all the philosophicalness. Or if you're wondering how to apply it, I'll look at the application of it. since that is therapy after all, as if I don't do enough of that. Go ahead and give me a follow, give me a subscribe. Make sure to tune in for the next one if you're interested. Send some friends over or some enemies who you wish to torture with mundane readings of Stoicism and all of the similar works. And then I will see everyone on Thursday. Until then, enjoy your week and be undisturbed.